Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
Last video of the day, and then we can go on and do a whole bunch of other shit that Aaron doesn't want to do. Oh, mercy. Alright, this is a lengthy one. But I did ask him some questions. Hello, Aaron. Please keep me anonymous. I wish a video response. Alright. You guys, if you want me to keep you anonymous, then don't give me so much detailed information that it identifies you. You're an upper 30s-year-old man from Scandinavia. You are tall, but you are skinny, 146 pounds. But then you show me a picture, you don't look that skinny. You look like you're in incredible shape. Dude, you're in incredible shape. But I think you did the calculation, because I assume Scandinavia is metric. So I think you might did the math wrong, but you're not that light. I weigh your weight. So I think you're a little bit off there. Yes, my physique should be bigger, more on that later. Dude, I don't think your physique, you're fine. That's not your problem. It's not your problem. You look good. You look damn good. No homo. You have been saying for years that the best way to get a woman is not to chase them, but to concentrate on yourself, and then women will come along. It's not that they come along. You still have to go out and kind of find them a little bit, but you are presenting them with more than just, hey, I'm an 18-year-old kid and I'd like to fuck. Right? Women are not equal in this regard. I cannot emphasize this enough. Women will bang the table and say they're equal until it comes time to do something difficult, like dangerous work, working in mines, becoming a lineman, asking men out. Then all of a sudden they want the traditional shit. I've seen it. I watched this painful video where what do millennial girls want? I'm like, I don't want to watch this video, but I almost have to find out what the boys are dealing with. And I'm like, you see, I'm kind of view myself as a feminist. I want to do this and I do that. But then, then I want the nice guy to like kind of pay for everything. If I want it, it's I want. I'm like, oh my God. So you are going to still have to go out and meet the girl. They just don't show up on your doorstep with the Amazon packages. I agree with you on that, but after achieving a moderate amount of success and women are still not around, what then? Should I just enjoy my life as it is, or should I try something else in order to have wife and kids? I don't need advice on how to pick up women. What I need is maybe a new mindset about how to approach things. I'll include a few links so you get an idea of what I look like. Yeah, and you're a good-looking dude. He's a good-looking dude. Ladies, again, all three of you out there that listen to the old Capmeister, if you happen to be willing to fly out to Scandinavia and you would like to meet a very handsome, attractive, completely ripped man who's quite successful, I have the guy for you. As I stated, upper 30s, all the guys in my family are skinny or something. You do it, you're skinny. Drop that right now. I don't want to hear you complain about being skinny. You're not skinny. Hit the gym 3 to 4 times a week for the past 6 years. Also run occasionally. Master's degree, no debt, nice career, steady job, few good friends. 2 great godsons. Hobbies, museums, theaters, movies, video games, restaurants, reading about history, studying languages. My apartment is quite small, but it's perfect for my current situation. Latest passion is to dress sharp or suit up, as you might say. Recently got my first tailor-made suit, and wearing it makes me feel really good. I also have enough money to eat and drink in classy restaurants 1 to 3 times a month. The government lets you have that much money? You better go pay more into the government. You have not paid your fair share. In the past, I served in the military for a year. Yeah, I think you have to, don't you, in your country? Played guitar in a band for 12 years as a hobby. Very refined, very cultured. And was awarded a black belt in a martial arts, let's just say. So you could kick ass. In short, it took me about 15 years, but I've finally achieved pretty much everything I ever wanted to achieve except having a wife and a few kids on my own. I used Tinder, a couple of other online dating apps. I try to go out every weekend and choose a time and place to meet women that would have at least some of the same interests as me. So no nightclubs, sporting events like hockey games, and no nerd gatherings, no women there. I like to consider myself having a normal set of social skills, but I am not the center of attention when I walk into the room. Maybe that's my problem. I don't know if you want to be the center of attention. To be the center of attention, you have to have a certain type of personality, and it's taxing. Because you're playing host, and sometimes that fire is there. Sometimes that you get the fuel off it, it's a good crowd, but other times it's just like, shit, dude, I don't want to entertain. I'm not the fucking monkey in the cage today. Sometimes you just want to sit. So don't force it if it's not natural. I've had 6 girlfriends in total, and a handful of shorter friends with benefits during my life. For the past 3 years, I've been fully single, meaning that celibacy has been a very real thing. My demands for women are not fat, B, looks like a woman, C, can still have children, D, treats me nice, and E, wants to fuck me. Dude, that's almost impossible. Almost impossible. So far, my plan of action has been to A, keep doing what I'm already doing, B, keep dressing sharp. That's not, it'll help, but it's not going to change it. You need a completely different dynamic. C, always practice my social skills, body language. You don't practice body language. Oh my God. You're overanalyzing this. You're wasting time and spinning wheels. I don't believe in this, your body language, the way you lean in. No. Your personality will determine your body language. I had a buddy go to, not your country. He did go to Scandinavia, one of the Scandinavian countries. And girls went right up immediately to him. You want to know why? Because they said, you didn't act like a Scandinavian. We knew you were American. He's like, well, how's that? Because you just walked right in and went right to the bar. And you didn't apologize to everyone that you might have brushed up against. And that he didn't practice that body language. He just walked in and was a fucking man with a dick and ordered himself a drink. And I know this guy, he's not exactly an asshole either. It wasn't like he was busting people down. Like, he would say, pardon me, come in and get himself a drink. But apparently, the Scandinavian men are such pussies now, raised to, not you, saying in general. I also decided years ago not to listen to women's advice about what they want from men. Good. The only useful tip so far has been, you often look cold, demanding, and way too serious. Well, you're supposed to. You're Scandinavian. You're supposed to be all brooding and angry. Should I just give up on women and continue to enjoy life as it is, or did I already win the race, but I just don't know how to enjoy it? It could be true on both accounts. All right, so I said give me a little bit more here. I asked how much effort you put. Well, let me read my questions first. Maybe that might. Said, how much effort are you putting into asking out women? Specifically, how many girls do you ask out each week? Additionally, tell me about the women in your country. I don't know much about them, but do they stand you up commonly on dates? In America, you can expect to be stood up 70% of the time. Are they cold and unreceptive? Are they all career women? Have you dated women outside your culture? And how do they compare? Also, tell me why the previous relationships failed. Normally when I get these questions, the answer is easy because the guy's usually fat and ugly, but you are none of these things. So I'm left to speculate the problem is not you, but cultural or something with the women. All right. He continues to mention, the older I get, the less effort I put into women. And the older I get, the less I can tolerate any kind of drama or bad behavior. Good, man. You don't tolerate any drama or bad behavior. You should have tolerated it in your 20s. I'm not picking on you. No man should have tolerated it back in his 20s. We did because we wanted to get laid. But that bad behavior is bad behavior. It's one thing I wish you conveyed to the younger men. Like, you don't tolerate shit. I try to at least get some sort of indication that I am welcome, a look, a smile, or something. Women in general are treating men like shit here unless they know him in advance or he's rich, famous, extremely good looking, etc. It's amazing that even I am wearing a suit and saying hi with a smile, I might get called gay, a common way to insult a man in this country. Or they just turn their backs on me without saying, really? Wow, they are cold as... I'm going to assume you're being truthful here and you're not just pissed off and sour grapes. But my God, if I walked up to a girl and like, hi, and they just turned their back to me. I mean, now sometimes I'd be like, hey, how you doing at a bar? Oh, fine. And then they would turn their back. But I must say that wearing a suit gets me better treatment on average compared to just wearing my regular clothes. The average woman in my country is 5'5" and 165 pounds. Oh, good Lord. So on average, a woman is heavier than me. I also don't like fat chicks. This alone is a problem. Here it also seems that in order to just have a woman to sit in front of you in a cafe requires a man to be really interesting. On the other hand, they usually show up and on time, no less. They had a little bit of German in them. Usually fat chicks, single mothers, girls with mental problems, and women are over 50 are very interested in having a date with you. I'm sure they are. Hypergamy is in full throttle. 2 of my previous girlfriends have had a proper medication for a real mental disease. No. And you don't date girls that have mental conditions. You don't. Made up or real. You don't. If they're taking some kind of over-the-counter drug, you don't date them. Numbers, I think I ask out 0 to 1 times a week, so in total it's maybe 4 to 5 times a month. All right, I mean, you get older, you're not banging down the doors anymore. My problem seems to be too little effort and not enough quality women available. All right, one of those you control, the other one you do not. All the good ones are already married, it seems. Yeah, men do hit a metaphorical wall. The good grapefruit gets picked out early. Are they cold and unreceptive? On a date, I can usually see in 10 minutes whether a woman is interested in me. Often they are not, and then they start measuring me up in order to find something else to take advantage of, like a free personal trainer, free babysitter, occasional, oh my God, is it that bad? Occasional company for a movie, etc. One time a woman asked me on a date, and then she started interviewing me for her master's thesis. I'm not kidding. Oh my God. So this is where socialism leads. In this country, all women are more or less career women. Actually, only one of my past girlfriends was not a career woman. I've also tried dating Estonian chicks. I quickly realized that man's wealth is even more important to them than it is in Finland. I've also tried dating a few Chinese girls. I have no idea how to please them. It's like talking to a wall of ice. Is it because of the language? In the past, I've dated a few black girls. There you go. Get a little diversity going. All right. Get a little adventuresome. A rarity in this part of the world. Yeah, I bet. I don't know how many black girls there are up there. I mean, Sweden's got a ton of them. But sex was great, but no relationship. They never told me why. Why did my previous relationships fail? I would go through more significant ones. I was 18. My first girlfriend was just an evil cunt. There's no way in hell I would tolerate something like that. Now, yeah, everybody's got something like that. I was 20 to 30. My girlfriend was great. After 7 years, she got into feminism and women's studies, which made her increasingly abusive and hostile. Finally, she physically assaulted me. I ended the relationship. I was 30 and she did not know what she wanted, but in the end, she came to a conclusion. She does not want me. She's my only ex that I am still in contact with every now and then. She still doesn't want me, though. Yeah, let that one go. I was 32 and she did not make it clear that she wants to move in quickly. She's not a career woman. After 8 months, I was just about to ask her to move in when she dumped me. 3 days later, she started dating my best friend. Wow! He's no longer my best friend. It's clear that they were cheating on me behind my back for God knows how long. You sound kind of like a simp in some regards, but this just... here's what's sad is I have these predispositions about Scandinavia. And now a lot of it is Sweden, though. Coming from Sweden, we just look at this uber feminist kind of stuff, but I apply it equally to Norway, Iceland, and Finland. I was 33. She was an Estonian English teacher, almost 6 feet tall, thin and fit. All right, those legs were so long. Tight and shaved chick in all the right places. She was to me what a redhead with big tits is to you. There we go. I was unemployed at the time, so she wanted only friends with benefits. I ruined everything after 3 months by asking her to be my real girlfriend. Yeah. Everything ended right then and there. I could have pretty much done anything to have her. A few years I tried contacting her via cell phone. She blocked me on Facebook. Yeah, dude, she's got every guy chasing after her. 35, 23, I only had a part-time job at the time, so her mother and sister pressured her relentlessly to leave me. I knew this, and my behavior was always exceptionally good towards everyone in her family. After only 3 months, she left me. To this day, I still think I would have been a good choice for her, especially now that I have finally my career going, Mark. All right. Let's focus on you first. You sounded like a pussy. A little bit. But given the fact you're in Scandinavia, I don't think you're any more of a pussy than the average guy out there. Also, you only sound like a little bit of a pussy. In that, you finally got a job. You finally, and then in the other capacity, you're only kind of, just a touch, chasing after a simping and all that. But then I look at your physique and you're working out and you're doing it. You're not. I mean, every guy has these flaws. Every guy, you want to be nice to the girl at first, and you're like, fuck this shit. So I don't think it. Maybe you could, and you set forth on doing these own things. You don't chase after girls. You're not putting them on the pedestal. They're not ranked number one in life. So that is good. So I think you've beaten that out of you. The problem, though, I think that you face, and you had it here. My plan of action. Oh, no, that's not it. Your demands are not irrational or insane. Where did it go? I can't find it. It was here somewhere. Oh, here it is. You ask out girls 1 to 0 times a week. So my problem seems to be too little effort and being not enough quality women available. All right. I'm going to have to, let's just give the lesson here that I think a lot of men across the globe can learn. Not enough quality women available. This is what I'm afraid is an increasingly likely scenario because of the skewed pro-women, and you maybe could say anti-male, but certainly pro-women, and certainly anti-marriage, anti-traditionalism, and replacing men with government checks in the state. There are, I'd say, fewer women that are quality compared to men. Doesn't mean there's a lot of quality men out there either. You just go look at Pajama Boy. But women for the past, good 40, 50 years across the Western world have been indoctrinated to give no consideration towards men beyond what they genetically would naturally have, and have been completely conditioned to put their career, their educations, and themselves first, which is antithetical to having a relationship. If you want a successful long-term relationship in marriage, which is what you want to have a wife and kids, you need someone to be selfless, meaning they put you ahead of themselves and you put them ahead of yourselves. That's the only way it works. And we have brainwashed most women to be unmarriageable. Now, you throw in the fact that you're probably high IQ. There's not going to be that many girls that are going to be in your range because the women have a flatter bell distribution curve. I'm sorry, men have a flatter bell distribution curve. So there's more dumb men than there are women, and there's more smart men than there are women. It's a statistical rarity you're going to find a gal like that. I don't think your age necessarily has something to do with it, but you are starting to get older to the point that you cannot tolerate girls who are in their 20s who don't have children. But all these things, when you combine them together, presents the very real and likely case that you're going to be alone for the rest of your life, or you're not going to get married. You can date, you can find women. I'm not saying there's not a chance, but the chances are rapidly decreasing for men. I'd say especially, definitely upper 30s. I'd even go as low as your mid 30s, and certainly up. So if you are 35 and up, the chances of you getting married are drastically going down. I don't know. I got to do more studying and researching. Depending on how thorough the indoctrination was with Gen Z and the younger millennials, it may even be worse. Because, we could argue that people in their 20s, not every one of them is married. Most girls don't have kids. But what percentage of these women have been conditioned to just say, fuck marriage, I don't need no man, fish bicycle, not even the feminist bent. They don't have to be feminist. It could just be, my career and education is most important. When biology is telling them, hey, no, the time to have kids is now, and maybe you should postpone it. So I think in part because of feminism, because of government brainwashing, because of schools, and in part because of whatever sociological, political, governmental, educational, media, television, the whole cacophony of society is telling women to put their careers and their educations first and ahead of having a family. That is rendering a lot of them unmarriageable. Then as you get older, the percentage of women that have another man's kids, mental disorders, made up or real, it doesn't matter. If you're taking lithium, you're taking lithium. No thanks. And then by the time they go through, kindergarten, I don't know what they have in your country. Kindergarten through college, that's a long time. And you don't just undo that brainwashing. Or you can't even call it brainwashing, that environment, that thought environment. You just don't undo it like that. And, now I want to be June Cleaver. Don't know if you have her in her country. And I want to stay at home and raise kids. It just doesn't happen. So kind of like I've said, the millennials were a wasted generation. You may have an entire wasted generation of women that just aren't capable of getting married. And now that you're getting older, you're pushing 40. You've not tried. You've definitely tried. But it takes time and effort. You've given it your all. Now, could you have done better? Yeah, you could have had a career. You could have played more of an alpha male, but that criticism could be applied to every guy. It is a very real chance that a really good looking, in shape guy like you has to face the fact that you may not find a girl, long term or marriage. You may not have kids. And I think one of the key differences between men and women in the Western world is men want to know the truth, whereas women want to be lied to. In general. Now, I know some women that do want the truth, and I know some men that want to be lied to, but in general, men, and the truth is, you have to face the increasing statistical likeliness that you're just not going to get married and you're not going to have kids. You're not going to have a family. What is up to you so that you can forgive yourself? I mean, you can feel bad about this. You know, everybody wanted something in life that they're not going to get. But what's up to you to get to the point that you forgive yourself and you don't feel guilt or shame is to make sure you did all you could, within reason, to attain that goal in life. And you have asked out girls. You're asking out 4 to 5 girls a month. I don't even know if I was asking that much off right before I retired. Because it was so depleting and so draining and so unrewarding. With what bullshit is it going to be this time? Yeah, after a while, dude, you've been in puberty, 25, 26 years? Did I do the math right now? You've chased after girls for a quarter century. And based on the previous experiences, not uncommon. Yeah, after a while, you get tired. Not to mention your testosterone is going down. And after a while, you're like, yeah, shit, what do I want to do with my life? I know you said you've accomplished everything you want to in life. Well, guess what? You guess you're going to go accomplish some more stuff. Maybe you're going to pick up new hobbies. Again, motorcycle riding, ballroom dancing, whatever. The other side of the coin of I'm chasing women or I'm failing to find my wife or kids or whatever like that is, are you also wasting what precious finite moments you have on this planet? So I don't think the general strategy changes. Go continue to do whatever hobbies and interests and pursuits that you want. At least then you don't waste your time. And not that you don't, women just fall into your lap or stuff like that. Not that you don't ask women out. But you've kind of pretty much done all you could. Where I would not lose sleep over it. Like, did I try hard enough? Did I find it? No, you tried. You did try. Could you up your game? Not even up your game. Could you ask out more girls? Well, yeah, you always could. Could you change your strategy? Again, this is why I asked about foreign women. Yeah, maybe go online. Maybe do some traveling. I mean, fuck shit up, man. Go travel somewhere else. Go to the Mideast. Go to South America. Go to Asia. Go to the United States. Go someplace. Just try a completely, experiment a little bit. Because it isn't, this is what I mean, and your country isn't that populated either. I would stop fishing in that hole. In Scandinavia and just try something else, something different. And then I would ask out maybe a couple more girls, per month. I wouldn't get excited about it. I wouldn't get your expectations up. I would almost put a little bit more effort into traveling or going online and, flirting with girls or whatever. Like, hey, I'm coming to, I don't know, where would you go? I'm coming to Morocco. I'm coming to Jordan. I'm coming to Israel. Something, I don't know. And then hopefully maybe you meet a girl out there. But I'm sad to inform you, I would almost put 70 to 75% of your efforts, 75% of my diagnosis is that, yes, statistically likely, especially if you're going to stay in that country, I would get comfortable with the fact you're never going to get married and you're never going to have kids. There's arguments you can pull a Sandman and go adopt a kid if you wanted. But this is the reality. Or the potential, increasing potential for this reality, is you must embrace yourself for this, or brace yourself for it. In part, that's accepting that this is a good chance. And then also doing what you can in these remaining twilight hours that you have, where maybe you got a couple more shots in you left, and you go out and you try and find a girl. So that when you don't, it's almost sad. You're going to be asking out girls not in the hopes of getting married or finding your life and the love, but to say, no, I did not leave a rock unturned. It's so you have forgiveness and you can say, no, I tried my best. I did all I possibly could. And I left no stone unturned, and it still didn't work out. So it is out of my control. It was fated to happen. And now I can. Okay, here's the real world. This is the real world I'm living in. Now I can go forward and, nope, that was never going to happen anyway. Now I move on. Now I'm going to get this. I'm going to choose that. Oh, I'm going to climb mountains. Nope, wasn't going to happen. Nope, no, I tried, I did, but now I'm moving on. And in the last half, you're half dead. You're half dead. Do you want your next half of your life to be as shitty as your first half? That's my question. And life is too short to have your life be as shitty as your first half. That's it. So I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, there's nothing obvious or even unobvious. You've done your best. You stayed in shape. You're tall. You're good looking. You can dress up. But you're coming down to what type of clothes do I wear to find my wife? When you could just turn on the news every day and hear about, patriarchy and men are oppressing women. We got to get to more women to be in career. It's like, there's your answer. They've created an environment where women are, an increasing number of them are unmarriageable. So unless you find yourself a really mature young gal, like, yes, I wanna have family and I'll major in engineering after I raise my family, fine. Maybe some gals are listening and I'd like to go, his name isn't Sven, but let's just call him Sven anyway. I'd like to make babies with Sven. Hopefully maybe someone will email me and say, yeah, put me in contact with that guy. But yeah, sadly, I think more and more men and women, but I think women are too busy chasing the career. More men have to, even though a lot of you guys are traditionally minded and you like to have a family, you're going to have to accept the increasing likelihood that you will never get married or have kids. And you can live delusionally and end up with American women with cats, or you could accept that fact and move on and have the best life that you were going to have or capable of having. All right, that's it. The old Captain's Got Answers. If you got questions and money, over at assholeconsulting.com. Check out my books. They're on Amazon. Got the Patreon account. If you want to help me help spread the good word to all the men and women across the world, you don't have to donate to Patreon. You can just buy books or forward and share. But if you want to give me money anyway, which will go to golf, cigars, debts, I don't know, house maintenance and repair, you can donate to my Patreon. And I'll be throwing up some stuff on the Patreon, by the way. I'm going to be putting together another podcast. Going to get some pinup girls. We're going to make it a little bit more exciting. And I don't think I'm going to put anything behind a paywall because that sounds really douchey. So, all right. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.